Hello, welcome to the Black Salt Mirror. We will be doing a tarot and oracle reading together today. I don't know why I said it like that. I guess you're participating. I'm going to start out with the Garden Dragons. I'm particularly fond of this book that comes with the deck. They kind of do it from the perspective that this is a field guide to real creatures. Cranberry Dragon, Prosperity. There's a pretty good energy going around today. And prosperity coming out as the first card is a very good sign. There's also a full moon behind the dragon and pine cones on the ground and some sort of shiny beetle thing. An actual beetle, probably. There's snow on the ground, but there's grass coming through, so possibly in the springtime. Spring could be significant. But the spring is when things grow. Not cranberries though, I believe those come in the winter. And the full moon is a time of the realization of manifestations. So you've been working towards something for a while that's now coming to fruit after a period of hibernation. Maybe that's what the snow is about. All right, two more are calling to me. We have the Zucchini Dragon, Diversity, another full moon. I wonder if they all have full moons. This one does too. The Broccoli Dragon, Place. It sounds a lot like there's going to be a location where your manifestations can come true for you. It could mean that you need to move either away from a toxic situation or away from a work environment that's not panning out from you. It could also mean that you need to travel and that seeing something new may gain you a new perspective on the way that you're manifesting or how your manifestations might come. It could just mean that you're going about it the wrong way, in the wrong place, and it's you who needs to adjust to accommodate the things that you're asking for. A simple example of this would be if you want a better wardrobe, but your closet's full and Spirit's going, where are they gonna go? Where are we gonna put the new clothes? So maybe you need to clear out your closet and go through the things that you don't want anymore so that your new wardrobe has space and will replace the things that you get rid of. It could mean that you need to move somewhere with a bigger closet. It could mean that you need to think about these kinds of things and the practical way in which you are manifesting. And a lot of times the recommendations for manifestations are to envision yourself with the thing. What would it look like with this thing? If I have a new wardrobe, I'm gonna wake up and did I pick out my outfit the night before? Or do I pick it out in the morning? Do I just know in my head what I wanna wear because it's a smallish wardrobe? Or do I have to go searching? Because I want a lot of variety and I have a lot of different things that I need to have different options for. Like I might wear something to this meeting here versus I might wear something else to the park. And you visualize in your head what it looks like when you wake up and you plan out your day, or maybe you do it the night before, and you have this new wardrobe. Like, what do you want it to do for you? What do you want it to accomplish? Do you want to change multiple times throughout the day for the different activities you have? Or do you want something that's going to fit all the different things you do? These kind of practical exercises in thinking will help you envision what it is you want and what it is you're going to receive. Let's grab this one. This is the Hanson Roberts mini deck. I always think of this as the Cabbage Patch Baby deck though, because it appears that everyone's Scandinavian and that the sun, the baby in the sun card looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid to me. So it looks like you've got something coming. Strength in reverse. There she is with the lion. You've been strong for a long time and you've been doing without something for a very long time, I'm hearing. Yes. The Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You may even have been doing something for other people. Like maybe you are a personal shopper or a tailor, and you've been seeing other people have the things that you want, or you've been facilitating other people getting the things that you also want for yourself. And it's hard to see other people have the things that you would like as well, and you just can't make that happen for yourself. And they're saying that time is over now. There's a new opportunity coming where you can start having the things that you want for yourself and not just helping other people receive them. Or maybe it's time. I'm getting with some people, it's you've been caring for children or a baby, and what you wanted was the time. Maybe they're going to school now, maybe you've gotten a nanny, maybe somebody else is stepping up, but now you have the help and the time where you don't have to care for that child or cook. In some cases, I'm getting. We've got the Queen of Swords and the Three of Rods. This goes back to what I was saying about planning it out in your head. The Queen of Swords is the far seer. She looks with clarity outwards. She's not an up close, right now kind of a thinker. She's a broad, big picture, future thinker. And she's very analytical, and she plans and thinks things out. And her sword, which in this case is shining in the shape of an X, it's to cut out the unnecessary. The reason that she thinks in plans isn't rumination or anxiety. It's to avoid getting into situations or eventualities where there's a lot of muck because things weren't thought through, because things weren't planned out, because there's a lot of excess. She's the kind of person that's going to take exactly what she needs, exactly when she needs it. She's going to arrive exactly when she needs to. And there isn't going to be a lot of waiting time or extra opportunities or loose ends that she needs to work on because she's thought it through already and she envisioned it ahead of time. And the Three of Rods in this deck is someone who's in the midst of their journey. And the Two, he's planning out the journey. He wants to see the world. In the Three, he's kind of in the middle. And this one is shown standing on a beach, watching the ships go out. It's making me think he's decided that he's seen enough now, and that it's okay if some things pass him by. It's okay if the ships go out again without him. It's okay if things take longer to plan. Because the phrase, when your ships come in, I mean, things are suddenly starting to happen for you. All of these things that you've put in order, these machinations, they're saying, are coming to roost. They're coming back. All of your manifesting is finally showing up in your life for you. And that's what they're saying, is take this time to look at what you've been manifesting, to look at what progress you've made, to look at how things are coming in, because something's going to show up for you very soon. And you need to have in your head how you're going to go forward. You don't want everything to just show up and then you to be flat-footed and not know where to go from there. It needs to be a functional part of you moving forward and you making progress and you continuing on with your journey, because presumably the things that you've been manifesting are things to help you out, are things to make it easier for you in life, or things to make you more comfortable. And when you achieve that, that means you'll have less pain, more free time, more ease of movement, and you'll be able to do the things that you couldn't do before you got your manifestations. So they're saying start to plan that now. Start to think how you're going to integrate these manifestations so that you're not just stuck with like a free day and you don't know what you're going to do with it. Do you want to take that day and relax? Do you want to go to a spa? Do you want to travel? Do you want to do some things around the house, like cleaning, that you can just get out of the way? What do you want to do with this freedom that comes from your manifestations coming in finally? This card is calling to me. The Hermit. The Hermit leads you out of the darkness. The Hermit sees the light and the way of things. I think this is called a Merkaba. Possibly Metatron's cube. There is a divine order to things. There is a reason that your manifestations are coming in now, specifically the ones that you asked for, and specifically yours. It's not just that everybody's getting a new car. Your manifestations are coming in now because you've been through the darkness, you've done a lot of shadow work, and you've been waiting long enough. They're saying, this is a reward for you. This is something that you've been looking forward to, and that you know that they've been promising you. On some level, you could understand that you were going to get these things, and probably over time you started to doubt that, but they're saying no. They were always coming. It was a matter of timing when your chips came in. And I'm drawn to this card. This is kind of how you were feeling. Like you were doing all of this work, you were seeing other things that you had envisioned would come starting to bloom. You were saying, okay, this was supposed to be the time when I was going to get those things, but all these other things are happening that I'd seen coming, and now my manifestations aren't coming though. So was I just not going to get those things? And they're saying no. There's a reason that things had to go in the season that they had to go. The 10 of Rods. I'm drawn to how old this man is. There was an age, like your physical age, that you had to reach. If you've never studied astrology, there are astrological timing significators from your birthday every year, but it's from your birthday to your birthday. So your age activates certain placements in your chart, and it activates certain planets, and the planets in the sky right now activate certain things in your chart. So there are times in your life when, even though you have the ability to receive certain types of blessings or to do certain types of activities or exhibit certain types of gifts, you are not aligned to do that or to receive that at that time. It's almost like a maze that you get through progressively. I guess video games do this a lot. I don't play many of them, but you have to gather certain things, achieve certain things, collect certain things before you can make it to the next level. And the way astrology and divine timing works out, it's very similar in your life. There are certain milestones that you are meant to achieve or to go through before you can unlock a gift, before you can receive a blessing, before you're in the correct timeline to manifest your destiny. The timelines have shifted a lot recently. There was a really big shift, I think 3-ish months ago, where I've been kind of sitting here with these messages when I started posting regularly. If you notice that and you feel that this is your timeline, you are now the correct age to receive these gifts and to get to the point. Because if you look here, he's got all the rods in his hand and he's going towards that castle there. It took him a while to collect these rods, and if he'd shown up at the castle without them, he couldn't have done what he needed to do there. He needs those rods to trade, to create something. In my head, he's trading them or selling them. Trading, it sounds more like. And they're also blooming right now. If he brought them as saplings, they wouldn't have the same value. They're long rods that are blooming, and some trees take a long time. Sometimes you have to wait for their season. And sometimes that's not every year. It takes a few years for a good tree to be the right size, to bloom. Some trees only bloom once. So he's waited his whole life to have what he needs to go to the castle and do his thing. And that's where you are right now. You have collected the things that you need to collect. You have made the achievements that you want to achieve. There's one that's sticking. Oh yes, Okay. The Hanged Man in reverse, which puts him upright. This is about seeing things from a different perspective. That was part of the reason that you needed to do all of that. It's not just that you're collecting things or that you're collecting gifts. In a way, it's experiences, but it's a perspective that they wanted you to have. They wanted you to be alive long enough to see things as they are. I came across something recently that said in ancient Greece, people aren't expected to meet like their true destiny until middle age, because they believed that, I think this was Mycenaean Greece, but I could be wrong. They believed that you had to experience a certain amount of life before you could have a holistic view of where you are in it, and before you could then meet your destiny as a fully informed adult person, and before you could get good at your craft. There was a lot of work that you had to do. And in many cases, this collective is very artistic. I know for myself, it took me a very long time to accept and realize my artistic tendencies. I didn't want to have that kind of lifestyle that was up in the air. I liked the idea of a job with a regular salary and predictable struggles, and I didn't want that kind of chaos. But that's not my calling. I'm here to convey things to you. I'm here for this community, for the tarot community, for astrology, for writing, for art. And it was something that I'd always had in childhood and that I've come back to. And for many of you, it's the similar thing, where it took you time to reconnect with the things that you loved in childhood, with who you were, with what you like, and to look at the world as it was, and to say, no, my gifts don't fit in here, but they'll fit into the new world. And it's important for me to start doing that before everything's right. A lot of times it's about thinking, don't hit the table. A lot of times it's about thinking that things need to be in alignment for you to begin. But you are here to put things into alignment with your gifts, and you had to take that time to realize them, to hone them, to become good at them. In a lot of cases, if it is art, which it probably is, you have to practice. You have to learn about it. You have to have experiences with it, see what works for you, what doesn't, find your niche, find your style, find the resources that you like. Like if you're painting, you need to know what kind of paint you like and what kind of brushes work best for you and which ones don't and why. And these things take time. And that's why they put you where they did. I think a lot of us feel a bit old right now to be starting this new journey. It's the kind of thing we were ready for when we were much younger. But they're saying, no, there's a reason that we waited for this collective to be older than they wanted to be. And that's because they needed to experience the old way of doing things. They needed to see how this new paradigm would not have fit in there, how they wouldn't have fit in there, and how now they fit into this new paradigm as masters of their craft, or as people who are very well versed in who they are and what they do, that they're not going to doubt it because you've come back to it on your own, of your own accord. You came back to your craft. Stop hitting the table. And he's always really chill throughout the day until I start doing a reading, and then he likes to bump into things. So that's just your gifts were always your gifts. You were always going to receive the blessings associated with them. They just wanted you to have a really, really good understanding of how they fit in, but also the opposite of that, how they don't fit in, and why it's important that they be in this timeline, and why it's important that you understand very clearly from experience, not from just someone telling you, but that you were able to see yourself why they didn't fit in the past, and now why they will. And to have confidence that this is something that you want to do, that this is something that you're called to do, and it's something that you will succeed at doing, and that you love. And that's the most important thing, is that you love it. But they wanted all of that for you. They wanted you to be fully ripened into your artistic self when this time came. And that's why it feels like it's been a while, because it has, but it needed to be. And now is the time where your gifts come home and where your rewards for all of the hard work you've done and all of the schlepping that you've done to understand what they're trying to convey to you. Now it's all going to come together and it's going to be easy. And the hard part of things being easy, if they hadn't been easy before, is accepting how easy they are. Because sometimes it can be really jarring and you always think that was too easy. What's going to happen now? But it's not, it's just going to be easy. And so there's a transition period now where you can acclimate to things being easy. So I will leave it there. I love you, and I'll see you very soon.